Hey, so we're back at it for another day. We're in the shop. Hopefully gonna get that thing right here back in there. That's what the plan is. But first we gotta get that fuel tank that's over there in there. But I think we gotta do a little bit more cleaning in here. I'd like to see a little bit cleaner. There's a lot of dirt and stuff. Jeremy's giving the engine a wash down without taking it outside and running it down. So he's doing the quick wash. Mark's cleaning parts over here. And you can see this shop's a disaster. Everything from harvest, or not harvest, but planting is in here and needs to be cleaned up. So I'm gonna kind of bounce around from working on that thing to cleaning, to getting this table set up so we can put the engine back in with all of our parts. And just fill in where it's needed. So that's what the plan is. So here we go. Alright, so Jeremy's getting this engine put back together. We got it all cleaned up. This is the fuel tank's in because we took that out to do what we had to do. So anyways, that's what Jeremy's working on. Yeah, we're gonna get it. It's almost there. Needs a little help throwing that big girl on right there. The pump. Whew. This is big. So anyways, then once we get that put on the thing, I'm gonna go back to spraying and we'll do a little check-in after I get done with that load. Hey everybody, back at it for another day here. So you can see we're in the shop. So yeah. Oh, this thing's here on the floor. Oh, look it, we got some mounting thing Jeremy made up that hopefully puts it in the hole. That's what the plan is for the day. So right now we're just kind of getting everything all assembled up and getting it ready to go in because yeah, we are ready to use this thing and we've been waiting for it. Mark, what's your take on that? Let's get it done. Jeremy?
It should have been in yesterday, bud.
Yeah, supposedly they had it all the way in and they needed to adjust a chain. They were using chains to dangle it and Grandpa walked in, was in for 2 minutes and said, we got to build them out for it. So then they took them the rest of the afternoon to do that. And
we don't even know if it's going to pick it up?
Yeah, we don't even know if it's going to pick it up. So we could have had it in. This video could be going completely different where it was a startup video. I doubt that's going to happen today, but it might. Who knows? Don't know if that's quite YouTube appropriate, but alright. So anyways, I got some hoses that need to go on, some bars that need to go on before it goes in because it'll just work better that way. So anyways, that's what we got going on. So here we go. Alright, so we're almost there. Jeremy's got to come in a little bit farther. We got, I don't know if you can see down in there, but it's just got to go ahead probably another 6 inches. But our issue is we're probably going to be hitting up here pretty soon. So let's see what happens. All right, So we got a slight issue here. You can see, I see into the intake. It's killer right there. So yeah, that's what we are dealing with right now. And we had it just about in, and then we pushed on it just a little bit trying to get it, and it popped and it came down, so we had to chain it and pull it out. All right, so you can see here, here's our piece. You know, nice cast piece. It's supposed to be somewhere, wherever that is, right here. It's supposed to be stuck like something like that right there. And hopefully it's not stretched too much, because that looks good it is. Jeez, that's not gonna lay in there very nice. So anyways, yeah, it's broke off. All right, so you can see we got it hanging again. We tied into the head right here. It's got a mount that comes down through, bolts through the head up here to this flange. And we also have it over here where we had it mounted before. This one held, it's bolted into the block or head like it's supposed to. So we're gonna try sticking it in this way, just dangling it, and we are able to finagle it this way. We took the intake off so we can get it in. So, and that's getting welded right now, and then we'll probably have to have it machined flat again and all that nonsense. So we're just gonna try to get it in for right now, and hopefully it goes in. What, 6th time now? You guys have put this in? Yeah, so anyways, this will be the 3rd time for me, and they tried, what, 3 times yesterday?
Twice.
So we're on try number 5. Try number 5 here, guys. Thought 3rd time was a charm. No, it's 5th time. So here we go. Take number 97. We're going in with it. We hope for the last time. For now, maybe. We remade the plate, tied it into the exhaust here, tied it into the. Took the intake off, and tied it into the head there, tied it in over there at the lift point. It's going in. So here we go. All right, so we're putting fuel in it. Look at that. We got the hose draped out from in here. Fills it right up. Jeremy's been working on this thing, trying to get it put back together the last couple of days. Well, I've been putting on liquid 28 for the corn, so it's just about done. We cranked it over, trying to prime the injection, or the, not the injection pump, but the hydraulic pump. That's what they say to do, is to actually run it or crank the engine over to prime that pump, and so it is all full of oil before you start it dry. So that's what they say, and that's what we did. So now we're putting fuel in it, and the nose here is just about full. She will squirt at you. So we'll see how many gallons it held. We pulled 3 5-gallon buckets of dirt out of the bottom of it, so it should be close to that 27 gallons they say it'll hold. So, alright. So, either our fuel gauge is wrong outside, or Bobcat doesn't tell you how much this thing really holds, because we just put in 29.5 gallons, and they say it holds 27.5. But the most I could ever get in it was 23, so where we got the issue here. So anyways, yeah, let's try it. Roll forward just a little bit. Yep, I don't think our pump's that quite right. She wants to walk.
Gained your joysticks, buddy. Yeah?
Alright, gotta fill her up again.
Once we get to where the oil quits disappearing, let's let it run.
Alright, so it's moved. It's out of its hole. It's here in the shop, in the middle of the shop, not right here. Took it outside, did a couple spins, twists, you know, all the fancy stuff. I wanted to see, you can see we're full on oil there, but I wanted to see if it was gonna do some weird stuff. I wanted to put some fluid through it, run all the booms and stuff, make sure everything's filled up. Seems to be. We got a little bit of adjusting to do on the arms for your, well, for your joysticks, these little things right here that drive it. It'll just drive itself forward. So we got to adjust that a little bit, but that's nothing. We need to adjust the tension on them so they're even, because the plates, there's 2 plates that push up against the rollers that need to be better spaced, which that's all stuff you do after you get it moving. Those are the fine-tuning things. But for the most part, it's running, it's ready to go. It's gonna go down and get its AC fixed, because we actually had to let all the Freon out, or whatever the stuff is. I don't remember what's in these, but we had to let all that out to pull the engine out. So it needs to actually have a vacuum pulled, suck all the air out, and then put the right stuff in. So we can't just charge that because it's empty. But other than that, it's great. It's ready to roll. We got some panels to put back on and stuff like that, but we'll probably leave it like this for right now, just for the fact of we want to make sure we don't have any leaks. All right, so since we're still working on the skid steer, I figured I'd let you guys know exactly what we're doing, because we couldn't find it in the book. It doesn't say anything about it, and it's kind of a useful thing to know if you are like us and screw up and take these blocks off. But what I'm talking about is back in here once I crawl back in here because it's... What? Yeah, I do need a little pointer. Alright, so what I'm talking about are these little blocks in here, alright? There's a block right in here, this block right there. There's 2 bolts up on top, and that is your adjustment for your hydrostatic drive for your levers. One over here on this side is stationary. It's got just 2 straight holes cut in it, and you don't have to really mess with those. This one's not screwed up. But if your skid steer, when you put it back together, and this track over here wants to drive either forward or back, you need to adjust this block right here. Oh, can't see it again. This block, because it's got slotted holes in it right here, up here on top. This is a slotted hole, and that is a slotted hole back there. That block, it'll do this number, and your issue is, and it also adjusts your arm tension. So if one arm's moving easier than the other, you have too much pressure on one. And that's where you need to figure out where your happy medium is on this. And I think we got it now. I've adjusted it 4 or 5 times now, and we're finally getting it redialed back in. But that's what it is. That is your adjustment block for your hydrostat. So if your skid steer wants to walk forward on one side or back up on one side, this is what you need to adjust. So yeah, anyways, you can see there's not a lot of room in here, but I figured I'd inform you guys in case you ever need to do that, because this is what we figured out, and I figured I'd help you guys out in a way that I haven't seen before. So anyways, that's what we got going on. So yeah, that's just a little quick tip.